Alright, I just entered Apple calls right here as price is curling upward. I entered 71 contracts at this Friday's expiration. Here is my stop loss if price breaks below this. This is essentially a pullback here, so if it breaks, that's where I will exit my trade. Christmas Eve trading is usually very messy because so it's lower volume, but there are still opportunities, which is why I entered. What you want to see in a pullback is a follow through upward. That way you could see that the extreme of that point has already finished, and so you just want to enter on the continuation. So this is a very good sign. We are above the 9 EMA. As long as price breaks this high of day, there could be a good follow through upward. I don't know how long, but we'll just hold until there's a reason to exit. There's not a lot of tickers I'm watching right now, just because the overall picture is very choppy. So I'm only really watching two today, QQQ and Apple. Now you just have to be patient with what's happening. I'm just going to check QQQ real quick. This one looks like it's bullish, but looks kind of weak as well. Not looking good right now. Essentially, it's just consolidating. My trades are usually within the first hour of the day, so really half an hour. If I see an entry, I'm going to enter. I'm just trying to get in on that early morning trend. Still a lot of rejection right here. So this is a psychological level 257. So any whole number, just watch out for that, as sometimes price does have reactions or rejections from them. If price breaks the high of day, that is going to be my new stop loss. Alright, let's see if this candle now closes further higher up here. So right now, if we look at all the other candlesticks, the highest point of every candle was around here, and so everything was just rejections. Once you see price close above all these previous body areas, that is one sign that price could end up closing higher and higher. But it doesn't always guarantee that price is going to go higher. But I always look at that as just an added confluence or confirmation that price has strength. Let's see QQQ. This one's going bullish. Yeah, sometimes nothing really follows. This one's going bullish. Sometimes you just choose the wrong ticker to trade. Alright, this is starting to look good. That green candle looks pretty strong, but it has to close strong. Alright, that closed strong. We have a pretty much close higher to the top of the entire candle. And now we're just consolidating again. A good way to tell if there is strength is when the next candle opens above the previous candle and then pushes higher without having to go down all that too much. So right here, really if it pushes past the midpoint of that green candle, that could show that there isn't really any strong follow through. Or now it's aligning with the overall stock market. Everything is going bullish now. So it took a while to go higher, but you just gotta wait. There's really nothing else you can do once you're in a trade. As long as price doesn't break back in this whole area, that would show that we have a nice follow through. So as we break higher, I'm going to move the stop loss right there. So right now it still is this low right there, since that is the closest market structure low. Let's see if we can close strong. Then my stop loss will be moved. Essentially the new stop loss at high of day, right there, would show a fake breakout if it breaks back down. So as I move my stop losses throughout my trade, there's always a reasoning behind it. It's always at an area where it would show that the trend is weak. Alright, we're good now. Moving my stop loss to this previous high right there. Consolidation high, previous high of day, a good level to watch for. Even though it's Christmas Eve, there's still opportunities to trade. So you just have to be very careful as to what trades you take. Remember, just because there's a red candle doesn't mean like there's a reason to exit. It could just be that smaller time frame, and then overall it'll go higher. So you don't need to just exit once you see a red candle. As long as we don't see like huge wicks or like really big red candles, then you can still stay in. Remember, this is also an area where it could retest. So if price does come down here, this is also a good area to show us retesting and then goes higher. Alright, still looking good. We have a very long wick below it. You just want to see like if there is a wick, it's happening from the base area if it's going higher. And for this trade, I don't have any target. Like I'm really just watching the strength and then exiting when I see this like weakness or I see a reversal potentially happening. Alright, let's see what happens here. We have like market structure. What I'm looking for in the 2-minute is just like a staircase market structure higher. That is essentially how I trade, just using market structure. And then for the risk to reward, I don't have specific ratios. It's just based on stop losses. Enter, and then wherever my stop loss is based on the candlesticks, that's how I gauge like how far I want to be in the trade. A minute left on the candle. Price is coming down to my stop loss. We'll see how it pushes in that region. And yeah, just like you see, the like P&L can go back to like break even basically. So if it does and I get out of break even, like it's not a big deal. But you gotta follow your trading plan when you go in a trade and you know like why you entered or why you're gonna exit. You just have to stick to it. Alright, price is like wicking at the stop loss right now. It's just right below the 9 EMA. So what I want to see for an exit is a strong push through that level. Even though I have my stop loss, I'm always watching for like a push through the stop loss, a hold right there. But a lot of times if price wicks at my stop loss and it doesn't hold right there, then it's usually just a wick and I will stay in my trade. As you can see, the price wicked at my stop loss. That is not the reason I will exit. I want to see a strong push through it, then I will exit. So right here could just be like essentially a break and retest, or just a new market structure low happening. That's just an indecision candle. Looks very indecisive. It's not really telling me too much about the strength right now. And then the next candle is likely going to push through, then I will be stuffed out. Alright, it does look like price is reversing right here. This is always like the frustrating part if price continues wicking at your stop loss and then you exit too early. So many times before I have been in a trade where price wicks at my stop loss and then I exit and then it just trends for the whole day. So because of that, that is why I have really stuck to this way of trading where it has to show strength through the stop loss, then I will exit the trade. So what I'm really looking for when I trade is like strength in the market. How the 2-minute candles form, is there strength where price is continuously going in the direction? Is the candles closing in a certain area, or do we have a lot of wicks? Those are the things I'm looking for. Closed green. Looks alright right now. I like to enter my trades early on in that trend. If it's too late in the trend, then I don't always know whether the trend is going to continue, or sometimes I enter too late and then I get stopped out. So on the very first entry, right when the market opens, that is where I want to enter. Very weak. Let's look at QQQ again. That one's still looking okay. Looks kind of messy right there. So we'll see what happens on Apple. But we do have the stop loss right there, so just following through with my plan and just having to be very patient. So low volume days, not strong days, you're gonna have them. Every day is not gonna be a strong trend day, so take what you can get and then follow the same trading rules. Alright, this looks good. Price is curling higher. What I do like to see when I see like market structure is that price curls higher. So then there's like a little gap here. Then as we see strength, that would confirm to us that that was a pullback. All right, now price is really at like break even. So because of the time decay, even though price went higher than when I entered because of the theta values, we could still be higher, but the P&L will be like lower. So when you're choosing like different contracts, just be aware of how the theta and delta values affect your trade. So you kind of just want to get a feel of which is best for your strategy or how you trade, because depending on like however you trade, there can be better contracts to choose for that period. Like for me, like I like to enter trades based on at the money contracts, and then looking at the best delta theta values, then I'll choose my expiration dates. All right, once we see like strength in the market, I'm going to start exiting my position because the market closes at 1 p.m. right now. It's 10:30 a.m. So because of the shorter day, it doesn't really matter to hold a trade that long. I just need to get that push in momentum, then exit on strength, and that would be the maximum profit. That's probably the best time to exit. So just because you exit at the end of a trend doesn't always mean the P&L is going to be the highest. You can sometimes exit based on like the strength in the candlestick. So as it's very strong, there's so much buying happening. You can exit as you see that strength, because after that, that could be the top of the trend. And then after that, it gets exhausted, it pulls back, or just it reverses. So with the strength, that's also a good time to exit. But I guess it depends on the scenario. All right, we're getting strength. Let's see how far we can go. This is a very long trade to be in. Okay, so I learned my lesson previously with the strength. So if we continue pushing higher, I will exit my position. I'm going to move my stop loss right here, so a little tighter, but I really want to see a push higher. That way I could chill my stop to like the low of that candle and then higher and higher. So keeping a tighter stop this time since there isn't a lot of strength today. I will move my stop loss right now right here, just the high of day. That way I can have a much tighter stop loss. So any exit I have right now will be on market order. It looks pretty strong. As you see how the candle's holding, you don't see any wick above it. So that shows like a good follow through. You just want to see that price keeps closing up there. All right, we have a wick down. This could be a rejection of high of day. Let's see what happens. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, price is right there. So it closed like bullish, but we had that really long wick. So I just want to see a fall through upward. I don't want to see price break down here. Let's see what happens. If it does, it would show a rejection at high of day. Then it could be a reversal. Let's get a push. Need a strong push. It's indecisive right now. It's not really going anywhere. Still got like less than a minute left on the candle. All right, price looks like it may consolidate right now, so I am going to move my stop loss a little lower just based on this bottom part of consolidation. The candles are kind of tiny, so I'm also watching for the sizes. If the candles continue being very small, that could show a potential reversal. I'm not liking it. Ooh, I don't know if I should exit right now. Take what I can get. Let's see how this candle moves. I kind of want to exit, but ooh, I don't know if it's going to go higher. There's no strength in the candle right now. It's just indecisive. All right. Okay. I think we're picking up some strength. So, okay, good that I held. 3, 2, 1. Okay. I think I'm going to move my stop loss like right here, below the green candle. Candles are getting smaller. That's also a sign that price could reverse. Alright, I'm going to exit my position right now. Just take what I can get.